We are ready for tag team title action, the first of 3 title matches here tonight. The Backseat Boys, the challengers, and the silver and I guess brick against the tag team champions, the men who have rebuilt the tag team division, the men who have broken the curse of the tag team titles, Jay and Mark Briscoe. And I can't believe what we heard from Jim Cornette earlier tonight. Cornette, the manager of the Briscoes, if he's not here, you know he's phoning in advice, and he negotiated a contract, Jay Briscoe versus Samoa Joe, for March 13th. If Joe retains the world title in the next match, the world title will be on the line. The match can end by pinfall, submission, knockout, or according to Jim Cornette, escaping the cage, and that gives Jay Briscoe a huge advantage in that one.
You know, when I heard that match would be a steel cage match, I thought Jay Briscoe was in for a world of hurt. I thought it could be a life-threatening match almost for Jay Briscoe. But when I heard the stipulation has changed, what Jim Cornette said, going over the top rope, that changes the tide and everything. That almost makes that match a 50-50 down the line, I almost think, for that match in Elizabeth.
Cornette, a master manipulator, a great negotiator, and he proved that he definitely had something in mind when he accepted Samoa Joe's challenge for the steel cage match, which we saw at the Baltimore show at the last show, and he knew exactly what he was doing when he added that escape stipulation. If Samoa Joe retains the title tonight, Jay Briscoe could definitely be a world champion after March 13th.
And what an added addition to the Briscoe brothers they have with Jim Cornette in their corner. It has just changed them completely for the better, and into a dominating tag team that they have become.
What a feud we have seen between the Briscoes and Samoa Joe, and it's going to come to a conclusion on March 13th, as right now we have Johnny Kashmere in there of the Backseat Boys against Jay Briscoe. And the Backseat Boys have a nice little winning streak going. Of course, they were tag team champions. They won those belts at Glory by Honor 2 and lost them just one show later. A tradition continues, so they know what it's like to be champion, but they also didn't get to enjoy any kind of a title reign. In fact, Kashmere went into a depression after dropping the belts, and they want the titles back more than anything. Jay and Mark Briscoe have brought prestige back to the tag titles, defending them against Samoa Joe and his hand-selected partners of Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles and Bryan Danielson in 3 of the best tag team title matches you'll see anywhere. In addition, they've defeated Chris Daniels and Dan Moff of the Prophecy. They've defeated the SAT. Who can finally stop the Briscoes?
Well, maybe it's the Backseat Boys, because everybody that's been put in the Backseat Boys' path of late, the Backseat Boys have been victorious. We saw them winning that match against Special K in Baltimore last month, even though they kind of deceived the Carnage crew in the process.
That was definitely shady tactics against the Carnage crew there. There's a blind tag in, Trent Acid coming in right now.
And we saw them beat Fast Eddie and Hot Stuff Hernandez the last time here in Boston. They've had victories against the Outcast Killers, and they also won that first Scramble Cage #1. So the Backseat Boys have tasted victory of late, and let's see if they can get the ultimate victory here against the Briscoe brothers.
They did win that historic Scramble Cage 1 at Main Event Spectacles, a must-see match. Mark Briscoe blind tags in now and connects with a drop kick. And I hate to negate the action that's going on right now, but real quick, we did it on last year's anniversary show. We want to keep the tradition going as Jay Briscoe tags in and mention some of the people who aren't here tonight that contributed to ROH in 2003, or in the second year, really.
That's right, go ahead.
Well, first of all, we got to talk about that England show with FWA over in the UK.
What a historic show. That was the night that turned the ROH title into a world title, and the tremendous athletes that came from the FWA promotion in England.
And then you have Raven, of course, in that legendary historic feud against CM Punk in ROH's second year of existence. The Amazing Red, and guess what? I got a big scoop for you, Ray.
What's that?
He's returning the very next show, March 13th in New Jersey.
Are you sure the Amazing Red is back?
He's going to be in a 6-man mayhem. Already signed for that match, believe it or not, Teddy Hart.
What?
Jack Evans.
Are you kidding me?
And Jimmy Rave with... More names will be added to that one.
Wow, what a matchup that's going to be.
Jody Fleisch, he had that great match against Low-Key at Night of Champions. He has since retired. Of course, there's Bryan Danielson. We hope to have him back soon. The stars of All Japan Pro Wrestling. What a historic night that was at Final Battle 2003. The Great Muta in an ROH ring.
I can't believe it still. Even when I watched the tape, I just cannot believe that the Great Muta was a part of ROH. What a historic night. One of my personal favorite matches and shows of all time.
As there's Trent Acid making a blind tag in, and he connects on Mark Briscoe with that big drop kick.
But here comes Jay back in. It's almost like a scramble match here.
You know, you mentioned that All Japan night as your favorite night. I gotta mention when Dusty Rhodes came in for that bunkhouse riot at Epic Encounter.
And one time only for Dusty Rhodes in Ring of Honor. It was tremendous.
It was great seeing him in. And Paul London, of course. We'll be seeing a couple of highlights from Paul London at the big highlight video of our second year of existence at the end of this home release.
That's right, a great video, over 45 minutes of action showcasing everything from the year 2 in Ring of Honor. That will be at the conclusion of this videotape here.
And there's the dream sequence by the Backseat Boys. No, I thought we could have had new champions.
The Backseat Boys almost the first 2-time champions here in Ring of Honor.
Of course, there was Tom Carter. He had some great matches before suffering a back injury. Jeff Hardy. Who'll ever forget Jeff Hardy's appearance?
What an incredible appearance that was. What a controversial. That's one of the most well-talked about appearances in Ring of Honor history.
That was at Death Before Dishonor. Then, of course, there's the beautiful Alexis Lurie, and I sure miss her.
So do I.
Terry Funk, the legend, he was here at Glory by Honor, too.
It was great to see the Funker in an ROH ring. And Trent Acid just got caught there as he got dumped to the floor.
Chad Collier, he put pro wrestling on the map against Matt Striker, and he has since made his return to ROH. You can expect to see him on some upcoming shows. We did see him in Baltimore, and in fact, it was John Walters defeating Chad Collier to get in this tournament.
And I bet you Chad Collier, he is tailor-made for the pure wrestling division, Chris.
And before we go back to calling the action, I have to mention Donovan Morgan, the former member of the Prophecy. He has since taken his talent and traveled the world, showcasing his talents for Noah in Japan.
And just an incredible list of talent that's not even here on tonight's show, but it's just tremendous, and it's just great to have all those superb athletes a part of Ring of Honor.
And so many great promotions we worked with, from ECWA, Jim Ketter's great promotion, down in in Delaware, Bill Barron's NWA Wildside, USA Pro headed by Frank Goodman, Jersey All Pro Wrestling.
What a show we had last month with them. What a great show that was.
Yep, IWC in Pittsburgh with Norm Connors, and I know I'm going to neglect a whole bunch. Les Thatcher in the HWA. So many other great promotions that we work with here.
Jim Cornette in OVW.
You got that right. As now we're going right back to the action. We could have a J Driller here, and we'll have the J Driller. It put Chris Daniels down. It put Brian Danielson down. It puts everyone down, but the Backseats managed to avoid it. And now a T gimmick. This puts everyone down too. We could have new champions.
This could be it.
Oh, Jay saved his brother Mark from getting it.
And one group of wrestlers you forgot that you neglected is Rudy Boy Gonzalez and the Texas Wrestling Academy. We'll be seeing them coming up next month in Elizabeth.
Who can forget those wars against the Carnage crew? And there's a big boot by Jay Briscoe.
What a beautiful Mafia kick there by Jay Briscoe. But Trent fires back with another one.
And now, Trent Acid ducks that one and nails Briscoe. The Backseat Boys, they know what it's like to be champions. They did not get to enjoy a title reign, and you know they want those belts back, and they'll do anything to get them. Trent Acid going up and over as it's breaking down. Todd Sinclair losing all control in this one.
Wait, where's Mark Briscoe going?
Mark Briscoe is insane.
There's nobody in the ring. Oh! Tornado DDT through the table. My God, love it.
Trent Acid has to be knocked out, and Mark Briscoe sacrificed himself. He could be knocked out after that, too. It could be down to Kashmere versus Jay Briscoe.
What a death-defying maneuver there by Mark Briscoe. That just shows how important these tag team titles are.
He's going for a cradle breaker. No!
That could have been it.
Jay avoids it, and Jay's got him hooked. Jay Driller, this puts them all down. Oh, let's